Atlanta news first, plus starts now with First Alert Weather.
First Alert meteorologist JD Disharoon here, and we're going to dive into what you can expect for your Father's Day forecast. Here's a hint. The graphic says scattered storms, so probably gave away the details there. But it is a First Alert weather day, so something to keep in mind. And you're going to probably want the umbrella, maybe a backup plan. But the good news is the rain chances really have been trending downward for the afternoon. Still, evening and overnight have that decent chance of showers and storms as we move our way into the later hours of the day. So here's a live look at the radar now. Today also a First Alert weather day. You can see numerous showers and thunderstorms. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here into metro Atlanta to let you see it's not a severe storm, but very heavy rain is moving into Fulton County. We've gotten reports of some extremely heavy rain for folks up into the Vinings area, over in towards Smyrna, and then back down towards Mableton and along the Chattahoochee between Douglasville and Fulton counties. All of this is moving off towards the east at about 30 miles an hour. So if you kind of take that leading edge here, put it to the east, you notice it's going to be going through some very heavily populated areas. By the time we get into 737, we're talking some heavy rain, maybe some lightning over near Sandy Springs, 741 at Dunwoody. Union City about the same time on the southern edge of this. Buckhead at 743. Ansley Park in Midtown about 746, 747. Same for Brookhaven and East Point. College Park and around the airport, we're going to be looking at 748. And the Morningside neighborhood looking at 748 as well. Now, if we kind of only put some of the larger cities on here, that's the wrong way. You'll notice that as we get into, Chamblee looking at 750 time frame, and then we're going to be looking same for Atlanta, Doraville, and North Druid Hill. So, definitely something to kind of keep an eye on. Lots of, heavy rain is the main threat with this, with some gusty winds along the leading edge. And you can see we've got an updated scan now. So Sandy Springs is pretty much right on top of you. Buckhead knocking on your doors. The Paces Fair area getting hammered right now. In fact, they got hammered last week as well. But thankfully, not talking about the same type of winds that we saw, over near Charlie Brown Airport, looking for some heavy rain, and then making their way towards, again, College Park and the Union City area. So overall, though, we do still have some showers outside of this particular region. Zooming out the map just a bit, you can see we now have a new severe thunderstorm warning for folks down into Troup County. That's with the cell that's going to be moving into the LaGrange area from Alabama. So really kind of just riding up I-85 here. You'll notice as we kind of zoom things in, again, most of these are going to be moving at about 30 miles an hour. So putting it off towards the northeast, you'll notice that LaGrange, this is going to be heading your way about 750. Hogansville, it's going to be about 818. Greenville looking at 820. That's the Greenville over in Meriwether County. So, just kind of keep in mind, again, this is for a lot of lightning and also the potential for some frequent cloud-to-ground lightning with this particular cell. The other area that we've had some heavier showers and storms has been down towards the east. Southeast, I should say, over towards the Eatonton area. So over towards, basically from Butts County over in towards Putnam County, we're looking at some very heavy rain. In fact, a lot of lightning, too, around the Monticello area. This is kind of training a little bit, so not really moving so much in terms of what you'd expect like we've seen with the other ones, but unfortunately could be leading to some very heavy rain. And then also in northeast Georgia, up into the mountains, Rabun, Habersham counties, especially between Clarksville and Lake Raven, we're looking for some very heavy rain, maybe a little pea-sized hail with this particular cell as we go in towards the next, 5-10 minutes or so. But overall, some very heavy rain out there. In fact, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that down into Troup County as well. Some very heavy showers are moving in towards the Franklin and the Central Hatchie area. Those are going to be moving in towards Coweta County and in towards the Noonan area as well. So putting a timing on the heaviest batch of that. This is not a severe storm, but just goes to show you heavy rain moving towards Franklin at 738, Noonan 816, and over towards Sharpsburg at 830. So lots of rain going on across the area, and we'll continue to watch this as we head into the overnight hours. Tomorrow, more showers and storms. I think most of them in the late afternoon into the evening. Rain chances again stay in place for Monday and Tuesday. I think by Wednesday, though, we'll finally start to dry things out. Meanwhile, as we take a look at what you can expect in terms of today's almanac, not too bad, actually, about 2 degrees above average, so close enough there. We're going to be noticing that 89 was the high, 71 the low, both of those 2 degrees above average, and still looking at 81 degrees right now. Beautiful shot there of the 17th Street Bridge. Sorry, I forgot to change that camera before we moved here, but at least with that, you can see it's dry, and you can see traffic on the connector is moving quite nicely. Now, we're looking at 81 degrees. We'll eventually get back into the 70s as we head into the overnight into the city. Most areas will be into the 60s. And you'll notice the areas that have seen the heavier rain already in the 60s right now. Carrollton at 68, 69 in Canton, but 79 in Griffin and Thomaston, and 76 in Athens. So the areas with the rain, much, much cooler than what we saw this time yesterday. In fact, 10 to 15 degrees cooler. Most everybody else, though, looking at really basically about the same. Now, putting your future radar into motion, very slowly you can see this band of showers moves out towards the east. By midnight, another band starts to move into northwest Georgia, but it will start to fizzle as it makes its way towards the city. But the northern edge through Canton, Gainesville, and Helen may keep up as we go into the overnight hours, so don't be surprised in North Georgia if you hear a rumble of thunder or see a flash of lightning out there for you. Meanwhile, temperatures overnight are going to be dipping back down into the lower 70s. Here in the city, we'll be looking for mid to upper 60s in the suburbs. Carrollton about what you're seeing right now, so I don't expect the temperature to drop too much more. In fact, it might actually rise and then drop again as we head through the next several hours. But overall, a fairly comfortable start to tomorrow, fairly typical for this time of year. Afternoon, even though it'll be a little bit on the warm and the humid side, very typical for this time of year. The average high is 87 in Atlanta. Tomorrow, guess what? 87. So again, exactly what you'd expect for this time of year. Now, again, those northern counties may see a few isolated showers in the morning, and then watch by the afternoon, isolated to scattered showers begin to pop up across the area. And we're going to continue to watch those develop as we head into the late afternoon, the early evening, and into the early overnight hours as well. I think by midnight, most of this is done. By Monday, another chance of showers and storms back into the forecast. We're going to notice those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for our highs. A few spots, Eatonton, Athens, LaGrange, may be flirting with that 90-degree mark. So, again, exactly what you'd expect for this time of year. So nothing too out of the ordinary here. So for Father's Day, we do have it as First Alert Weather Day just because there are so many plans out there for the holiday itself, but only looking at about a 40% chance for showers and storms. And here's that timing on that again. Again, most of this is going to be in the late afternoon into the early evening hours, and then overnight, things should start to calm on down. By Monday, we're going to start the week off with more of the same, about a 40% chance for showers and storms. High of 88 degrees, morning fairly quiet, plenty of sunshine for the afternoon, and that'll help for those showers and storms to pop up, particularly Monday as we get past sunset and into the overnight hours into early Tuesday. Now, by Tuesday, we're looking at about 88 degrees, 89 for your Wednesday, but watch the rain chance. Finally going down a little bit on Wednesday. Should be looking at partly cloudy skies there as we see those temperatures slowly start to rise. And by Thursday, I think we're finally going to get that boundary to move through the region. So that's going to increase the rain and storm chances. But behind it, it doesn't, I say boundary and not cold front because notice the temperatures do not cool down. But we will see drying and clearing skies Friday, looking at mostly sunny skies. High, though, of near 90 degrees. Most folks are going to be in the upper 80s to lower 90s. 91 in Athens, 92 in Eatonton, Rome pretty close to 90 there as well. And then heading into next weekend, mostly sunny for your Saturday as of right now. Humid, temperatures in the lower 70s to start the day, low 90s for the afternoon. And even though it's hot, at least it's sunny, so maybe we can get a weather worry-free day in there as we start off next weekend if you're going to be hitting some outdoor activities, maybe heading to the pool or to one of the area lakes. I know a lot of people have been wanting to go up to Lake Lanier, Lake Altoona, and to get one day without rain moving through the area. Unfortunately, today was not that day. Doesn't look like tomorrow will be either. So fingers crossed as we head into next weekend. I'm going to be back on air tonight, 10 p.m. on Peachtree TV, 11 p.m. on Atlanta News First. Our newest First Alert meteorologist, Isaac, will be here tomorrow morning. He'll be streaming on air, online, and on app with the latest update for your Father's Day. Until then, have a beautiful evening.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text WEATHER to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.